It's beer o'clock on Real Ale Craft Beer. Today we got a beer from the HirschBrau, and it's a bottle of the Doppel Hirsch Allga uer Doppelbock. It won the World Beer Cup. It had a gold award in 2012. Look at that. It's got a 99 on rate beer. So a big solid brew, this one. 7.2% ABV, and it says here private brewery Hoss or Hoss, Sothven in Germany. Okay, let's get this beer out into a glass and see what we get. First of all, I want to show you the bottle cap. Woo! Christ on a bike! That was hell of a bang. Blimey. Okay, so beer pouring out. Oh my goodness me, are you seeing this? My goodness, look at the colour. Look at that. What a fabulous, fabulous looking beer. Loads of carbonation. It's a deep mahogany coloured beer. Blimey, what a colour. That looks absolutely mesmerising. It's a one finger, slightly off my head, seems to be dissipating quite quickly, even under that intense pressure of that carbonation rising up that glass. I mean, I could stand and rise that glass up and down in front of the camera all day long, but I won't. I've described it as a mahogany beer. It's clear. Let's dive into this aroma. Boy, are we in for a treat tonight. Raisins, kind of a bit of black currant in there. Loads of German yeast. That dry, slightly candied fruit with a bit of lemon in there, and a malty bready sweetness. At this stage of the review, I'd like to thank our channel sponsors beersofeurope.co.uk for sending us such a wonderful looking beer. Look at that. Of course you can buy great German beer from these guys. I basically went on their website, found a few 99s on rate beer and thought, you know what, I fancy a bit of that this month. So we've gone for some good beer from Germany. There's great beer from Belgium and France and Italy. There's great beer, of course, from the UK, America. I've had some beer from Mexico from them. The Ukraine of all places, Poland. Just a world of beer. So check out beersofeurope.co.uk. Let's dive in. Cheers. Oh yeah. Wow. And as Doppelbocks go, oh blimey, it just keeps on giving. This beer just keeps on giving and giving and giving. There's so much going on. It's such a complex beer. It's got like a sticky, kind of slidey, slippery, almost crude oil like taste. Taste, not taste, that's the wrong word. Mouthfeel. It kind of hangs around, it kind of slips in the mouth, it slides down the throat. And it could, when a beer does that, it just gives off the most amazing flavour profile because it's hanging around. It's sitting on your taste buds. It's not moving, it's not budging. It's like your taste buds are like, get out of the way, you're killing me. But it just stays there. And it just produces the most mesmerising kind of, as I said, in the aroma, it follows through in the taste, but more of a sweet, bready, malty feel in the taste. There's a bit of raisin, there's a bit of plum in there. It's a nicely carbonated beer. If this beer wasn't carbonated, when that beer sits on your palate, on your taste buds, that carbonation kind of lifts it a little bit. You don't want it just to kind of sit there like a big fat elephant sitting on a children's chair. It's just going to collapse. It's just not going to work. You need that little bit of spring, that little life, that big punch on the beer that lifts it. That carbonation lifts it kind of around your palate and gives the beer a bit of life. Right, that's enough of describing the carbonation and the mouthfeel. Let's move on to some proper taste. It's sweet, it's malty, it's bready, it's biscuity. There's a lovely hop character on this beer. It mixes so well with, it's a very big sweet beer. It's like pulling a hole out of the middle of some brown bread and adding some sugar, some brown sugar, and then kind of moving that brown sugar inside that bread a little bit, and then saying to yourself, right, I'm going to pop that in the oven for 10 minutes. I'm going to let all that sugar melt and all that breadiness come together, and I'm going to put it out of the oven while it's still warm. I'm going to pull it out and I'm going to eat it. So you've got a nice malty breadiness but with a lovely sweetness. But then on the back end, what happens is that you get a nice level of bitterness and a nice floral, lemony kind of aroma and taste from the hops. It's no wonder this beer won the World Beer Cup in 2012, and it's no wonder that it gets a 99 on Rate Beer. Allga uer Doppelbock, Doppel Hirsch, 7.2% ABV. There's a look at the back of the label. There you go. And what I like about these swing tops is that I generally use them for my home brews. When I do a home brew, these kind of bottles work great because you haven't got to buy caps. There you go. Job done. So I'll clean that and I'll use it for my homebrew. So, rating for this magnificent beer. It's still producing great carbonation, look at that. I think the best way to describe this beer is to say to you guys out there, just go and buy it. Just go and try it. It's such a good beer. If you like your sweets, malty, bready style beers, this beer is right up your street. And at 7.2% ABV, that alcohol doesn't kick in anywhere. For me, it's drinking like a 5% beer. It's that good. So what can I give this beer? I'm going to give it, they would have scored it very highly at the World Beer Cup, and I always say to myself, is there anything I can take away from this beer? Is there anything that I don't like about this beer? And if the answer is no in my mind as I'm reviewing this beer, then I'm not scared to give it 10 out of 10. I'll just say 10 out of 10. There you go, take it. It's a great beer. Thanks for watching. Thanks to Beers Reviewed for sending. Put your comments in the comments box. Please subscribe to our daily beer reviews, and cheers.